What is the best thing to eat before you work out? What about if you're working out in the morning versus the afternoon? What about if you're looking to build muscle versus losing body fat? By the end of this episode, you'll know the different factors to consider when deciding how best to fuel yourself pre-workout. What is the best thing to eat before you work out? I mean, should you work out fasted or should you eat something? How long before you work out should you actually be eating? Today, I'm going to give you my 4 favorite options of what to eat before you work out and really how to decide which option works best for you, depending on if you're working out in the morning versus the afternoon, depending on if you're looking to build muscle, lose body fat, and a number of different factors. So, option number 1 is eat nothing. It's to work out fasted. I mean, I personally recommend working out fasted if you feel like that is what works best for you. If you're working out early in the morning, maybe that works best, or if you're using it as a tool to stay in a calorie deficit. My caution, though, to you is that if you work out fasted, then you might not be able to perform at the same level of intensity during your workout, especially if your workout is high intensity in a long period of time, and you might not maximize your chances of maintaining or building muscle. So that's option 1, eat nothing. Option 2 is eating a piece of fruit like a banana, an apple, or some berries. I often like to just eat a banana before I work out, and I do recommend that to a lot of people as well. The simple sugars in fruit, the fructose, is something that you can use for a quick and effective and efficient source of energy for your workout. I'd recommend having just a piece of fruit about 30 to 60 minutes before you work out if you're working out early in the morning and you feel like you need a little bit of something. Or if you're working out mid or late morning and you want something but not too much. Option number 3 is to have carbs plus protein. So that could be a piece of fruit plus a beef stick, or maybe it's a protein shake where you have 6 ounces of milk and some protein powder. Having both carbs and protein before a workout is going to be a great option, especially if you're looking to perform at a high intensity in your workout and if you're looking to maybe put on some muscle. Carbs are going to be able to provide you with the appropriate fuel source to really hit your workout hard with high intensity, and eating some protein before your workout will ensure that you're able to hit your protein goals throughout the day and allow you to maintain or build muscle. So you can use this option with some carbs and protein to optimize your performance during your workout. And then option number 4 is to have a full meal, maybe 2 to 4 hours before your workout. So maybe if you're working out at 10 a.m., that means maybe an 8 a.m. breakfast. And a few different options are maybe some Greek yogurt with a scoop of protein powder, maybe with some nuts and seeds and some berries. Another great option is some steel-cut oats with some nuts, seeds, berries, and honey. Lastly, another good breakfast option is a piece of toast with some eggs and turkey bacon. Another way that this full meal 2 to 4 hours before your workout could look is maybe you're working out at 5 p.m. and you're eating lunch at about 1 p.m. That lunch could look something like some quinoa, chicken, and broccoli. Maybe it's rice, ground turkey, and Brussels sprouts. Maybe it's sweet potatoes, ground beef, and some shredded cheese. Because all of those options are going to have a well-rounded, a well-balanced meal of a healthy carb, a high-quality protein source, and a healthy source of fat that will allow you to perform well during your workout and making sure that you're getting enough protein to maintain and build muscle as well. Look, what you should eat before your workout always depends. Everything with health and fitness depends. It depends on your goal, when you're actually working out, the style of workout that you're getting ready to do, and really what works for you personally. Just be sure that whatever you eat aligns with your calorie needs. Make sure it allows you to perform at the level that you wish to perform at during that workout. Make sure it works for you. Make sure you go into your workout feeling the way you want to feel. Make sure it works for your schedule, and make sure it works for your body. Again, I want to kind of just like destigmatize some of the things that a lot of people think about. The anti-carb or the low-carb fad is a craze right now. And that is primarily because of how bad ultra-processed carbs are for you. Things like rice, things like quinoa, things like potatoes, that stuff like that is not why we should be, or not the kind of carbs that we should be avoiding at all costs. Those carbs can be a great source of fuel and replenishment before and after a workout. So fueling yourself with that kind of stuff pre-workout can really allow you to perform at a high level. Now, keep caution. If you're somebody who is maybe already really overweight, or you have metabolic challenges and you maybe have insulin resistance and your body doesn't respond to a lot of carbs very well, then maybe you don't want to have carbs, or maybe you want to have very low amount of carbs to fuel yourself before you work out. So it just depends on so many different factors, but don't completely stay away from carbs just because the low carb craze is so loud right now. And again, to kind of retouch on the whole should you work out fasted thing, people often talk about fasted cardio and how it can benefit you in burning fat. And there is truth to that. However, generally speaking, what I currently understand is that doing fasted cardio, if you eat the same number of calories throughout the entire day and do fasted cardio, and you eat the same number of calories and do cardio not fasted, then it doesn't matter, because your total daily energy expenditure and your total daily energy intake will still line up and will still match. And so fasted cardio doesn't necessarily have as much merit as some people give it credit to. However, sometimes I like fasted cardio just because I want to make sure when I do my cardio, I don't feel bogged down. I don't feel full. And so I often do if I do fasted cardio, it's more from the standpoint of because that's how I want to feel going into it, rather than because it's going to allow me to burn more fat throughout the day than if I did fuel myself before my workout. And like I said earlier, be careful if you do fasted workouts from the standpoint of you might not be able to perform at as high of an intensity during your workout. And if you work out fasted and you're working out at 11 a.m., then you're skipping breakfast and you're maybe missing out on your body's ability or your ability to hit your protein goals by skipping out an entire meal. So just be careful about some of those types of things. And I want to make sure I help you guys as much as possible. So if you have specific questions about your situation and about what you should eat before your workout, based off of your goal, based off of the time that you work out, based off of your metabolic needs, based off of the type of workout that you need, then feel free to DM me on Instagram at carrier_bestyou. Simply tell me what your goals are. Tell me when you typically work out, and I can help you give a personalized answer as well. And I'm going to make sure I have all those potential real meal recommendations or options on the website as well. So go to nickcarrier.com/podcast to check out those exact meal options if you didn't take notes while listening to this. Also, make sure you're following the show on the Apple Podcast app or on Spotify, and make sure you're subscribing on YouTube, because I don't want you guys to miss out, because today I'm talking about how best to fuel yourself before your workout. Next week, I'm going to do an episode and a blog about how best to fuel yourself after you work out. Again, based off of time of day that you work out, based off of your goals, and based off of other personal things as well. But other than that, I hope today helps to properly fuel you before your workouts so you can become the healthiest and the best version of yourself.